If you saw the latest and greatest episode with Mike Tyson, which I highly recommend because Tyson's a fucking nut. That dude will blow your mind. In one episode, you'll be like, he's functionally autistic. And then in the next fucking hour, you're like, why do you know so much about history? Like,
really? I didn't know that.
This dude went on a fucking tangent about like Cleopatra, Alexander the Great, Genghis Khan. He's like, I named my dog after Genghis Khan's ex-wife. Like, this motherfucker he went on a tear about like Ivan the Terrible, every single conqueror or great leader of like ancient times. This dude knew everything about them. History, how they got there, their wives, why they did it, how they did it, what they had in common. And Rogan's like, how do you, why, what? How do you know all this? And it was because
pigeons, dude. He knows because of pigeons.
And I'll get back to that. He basically was saying that when he was discovered at 13, up until he became, I think at 18, he became the heavyweight champion of the world. Like that, he would just study all these people to get into their mindset. And he was studying, he was like, how could you be that fucking great? How do you get to a point where you think you can conquer the fucking world? That's what I wanted. And it's like, you know, so you couple that with watching just hours and hours and hours of every single heavyweight champion, every single fighter in history is what he did. So, I mean, while he, you know, he when you listen to him talk, he's not, you don't think of Tyson as being this intellectual, but when he got into talking about like Genghis Khan and all these historical figures, I was actually learning from him, and I was like, hold it, the fuck, what? I was like,
fuck, I really, out of all the people that I shouldn't want to hang out with, I kind of wanted to hang out, not because of the fighting, but because once I found out he was talking about pigeons and stuff, I was like, dude, man, we could be hanging out, we could be talking, he and I could be talking about
birds,
fucking the Roman Empire, we could be fucking Tyson. Hit me up, man.
Oh, dude, he was talking. I mean, he talked about his weed smoking. He's like, I think he said he's done DMT like 17 times.
God, fuck, man, come on,
I mean,
Mike.
I think he does a lot of shrooms, but I mean, you know, whatever. But he was, I mean, yeah, obviously he was there promoting his fight in November against Roy Jones, and it was cool. I mean, he's looking good, man. He's fucking yoked and jacked and all that good stuff. So. But anyway, he was talking about his training regimen, and he was like, yeah, I wake up at 5:30, I run a couple miles, I go back, I clean up, and then I fly the birds. You know, he flies his pigeons around. Then he has something to eat, goes and trains, you know, like legit boxing. And then, you know, he was just going through his day. But you're a big bird guy, so pigeons and all that good stuff is Tyson's thing. From his days back in the Catskills in New York.
Yeah, but I would have liked to talk to him. Although I would say, Mike, I'm not too thrilled about you doing this fight. I don't know, man. That video, I was watching that video again, and that video they shot that I think I showed you, or at least I think I did, where he's hitting the pads, where he looks like the video was sped up. That was his first day of training. That was his first fucking day. He's now like 6 or 7 months into his training. Like a beast, dude. He's 54 years old, and he's faster than probably half the people boxing right now. Again, a couple hits to the head at 54. I mean, you're going to lose some of that information that you had, bro. Because the whole time you were fighting, you didn't get hit in the head. Your cranium isn't good tack. That's why you can remember all that shit. Like that's my other thing, dude. I just like don't do it. I mean, I'm sure he's got fucking brain damage, dude. I'm sure he's got some form of CTE. I mean, you can't be a boxer regardless. And I mean, I don't know. I'm sure he's gotten his bell rung. He even talked about it. He was like, he said when they were sparring, the first time he got hit, his ears were ringing. And he was like, oh yeah, I belong here. Oh shit. It's like, dude. No, he's not nearly as bad as, God, there was another guy on JR's thing, and he was talking about, and you could tell his I don't want to say it's Lennox Lewis, but I apologize, I don't know, but one of the guys was really not holding it together. He couldn't form complete sentences without whoa is bad.
Yeah, there's a few boxers out there that definitely have seen they've seen better days.
Yeah, but Tyson didn't. He had like he's 60 seconds in the ring and he's knocking people out. He didn't get hit in the head that much. He didn't get his bell rung. He only took a couple knockdowns, so he's still holding his melon together.
Yeah, he lost a handful of times, but he definitely was doing more of the punishment for sure.
Yeah,
I don't think. Over the course of his career, he definitely didn't get hit enough. I don't think.
Hit enough. He didn't get hit enough.
He didn't get hit enough to cause like severe brain damage, like you would think, like on an Ali level,
Oh, that's it. That's right. They were talking about that's.
Like, I think Ali's probably the most.
And
prominent.
Another thing about fucking Tyson is actually wrapped up in the Me Too cancel culture accusatory rape bullshit, because that motherfucker. I don't think that Tyson has that kind of a bone in him that he would hit a woman. It just doesn't seem like his nature at all. And he was accused by that stupid 21 Jump Street bitch who disappeared from the face of the planet and accused him of rape after they were married or something. And the dude had to go to prison and fucked up his whole life. So
yeah, he just fit the stereotype, right? He wasn't the most well spoken, so defending yourself you're not gonna, if that's not happening. He relied on a lot of people around him. That's why Don King fucked his life over.
Yeah.
He got the raw deal. He was found guilty, right? He did jail time. So
yeah,
I don't know. It seems hard to believe, but I don't know. He definitely he's apparently there's a movie coming out. Jamie Foxx is playing him.
Really? Well. In comparison, what happened in my opinion, what happened to Tyson was the same thing that happened to Johnny Depp, and Johnny Depp got out of it because he played it cool.
Yeah.
So
plus Johnny Depp's not a fucking heavyweight boxer who like is notoriously known for beating the shit out of people. Yeah. That doesn't help your case any.
Yeah, but. He was he was accused of beating her and shit. She was beating herself, and it was all a ploy. So it's just these fucking, to quote Bill Burr, it's just these fucking gold digging whores out there. Just fucking if 2 years of your life is spent going, honey, I love you, and all that, it's just a fucking act. And then now you've established that you're the fucking queen and you've gotten in all the bank accounts, and then you just turn that shit around, slam your own face into the fucking wall. Like fucking liar, liar. You just go in the bathroom like Jim Carrey and beat yourself to death. Yeah. Send your fucking dude off to jail and you're just fucking rich. That is fucking easy.
Yeah, it's very much like the last episode we talked about Sean Oakman, the guy that was at Baylor, the big 6'9", 300 pound football.
Yeah.
He was the big 6'9", 300 pound football player. He went to a bar, had sex with a girl. Next morning,
for 45 minutes.
Yeah, he was a stud. Really. Probably gave her the best 45 of her life, but apparently not, because the next morning she calls the cops, and he was at a friend's house, and they're like, hey man, you have cops at your house looking for you. He's like, huh? What the fuck? Long story short, he accused of rape, loses out on probably 7 figures in the NFL because of it, doesn't get drafted, ruins his fucking career, life, and now he's pretty much a has-been, and was pretty much the talk of the internet and football world for quite some time. But it's the same scenario. I would say the only difference is Tyson didn't have any social media, Had there been social media, cameras, I don't know how that would have made it any better or worse, but there might have been text message, I don't know. Different time, man. That's like saying, hey, what if Kennedy had a cell phone and social media with Twitter? It's like, the whole world would have known he was fucking
what if
Marilyn
Monroe had a cell phone? Because that,
Yeah, dude, who didn't she fuck? Like,
she didn't fuck me.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you were anybody, if anyone in politics or Hollywood, it seems like you had some sort of or even DiMaggio, for Christ's sake. He was
her doctor was fucking her.
I'm sure. I'm 100% sure she was put through the ringer.